And hello, this is Daniel with the Legacy of Daniel show. I thank you very much for taking the time to uh, hear this episode, listen to this episode, this podcast. This is the Paper and Pencil series. It is a mini show inside of the larger show, the Legacy of Daniel show, and it is similar to Manifest Destiny, The Treasure Post, and Books History and People show. Those are all mini shows. And in here, we just talk about writing, all things writing, and what kind of goes into my creative writing process. Talk about some entries, some kind of like journal entries, short stories. I'm also currently writing a novel, so eventually I'll get into my process of writing a novel, maybe share some of it. I'm kind of new to all this, to podcasting. I love to write, love to read, and I'm trying to become an author. And so it's kind of new to me, and I just ask that everyone just, if you're looking for professional or expert help, it may not be the place for you, but if you're looking for just maybe some unique ideas and expressing your creativity, getting into journaling, getting into writing, well, this might be a good place to start. I very much like reading and writing and using it to express my creativity, kind of nurture my identity, and hopefully maybe manifest it into something, like the novel I'm working, or maybe into a some sort of journalism. So this is kind of for all those that are beginners, all those who kind of want to just write in private or whatever it is may be looking to write for, or whatever the reason may be. Um, we're just here to be creative and not fear being creative to nurture an identity or fill maybe a higher purpose through our writing, our creativity. And so today I have an entry. Um, the past entry was the beauty of life, so maybe check that out. You don't need to watch that one or listen to that one to participate in this show, but just throwing it out there that there is a past episode. And the title of this, I guess, this episode is Let Not the Clock Haunt You. And I did write it today, this afternoon, 2/21/2024. And so my idea around this topic is kind of an interesting one. Um, we as a society, we're so caught up in a very workaholic type of society, and working is very good. Being productive is a very important to society. It's important for us as individuals to be working with our hands, working with our mind, our bodies, whatever it may be, hopefully in a purposeful and meaningful way that brings joy and comfort to your life and helps you fulfill a vocation, not just to satisfy you, but hopefully bring in an income, satisfy the community, be a leader in the community, and it's helped to drive society in a productive and enlightened way. But unfortunately, we as a society, we've kind of completely screwed up the whole retirement thing. And, when we think retirement, we think Social Security, and then we think just, 60, 70-year old. But, we got to take a different view to retirement. And I think one of the reasons why we have a hard time retiring is because of a fear. And that's kind of what I try to tackle here in this entry that I wrote. Um, but we as a society must come to embrace the glorious opportunity we all have to drive fear into the beast that haunts us with a clock he did not create, with a countdown he cannot see or control. The time we live in, he never created or can be a partaker. He still haunts us with our own fear, and it is up to us to drive this fear back into him so we may have our enlightenment here on Earth, and our physical retirement here on Earth, and also hopefully one day an eternal retirement, or maybe even an eternal higher calling. Um, and so we need to understand this, and we as a society should do a better job of preparing individuals for retirement. Because retirement is a beautiful thing, but we must not let this clock that is chasing us all around, driving fear into our hearts, to give up our souls, give up our identity, our creativity, and to think that we just need to constantly be out in the world working. Because if we're not out working, apparently the walls that are keeping back the evil will come rushing in. So we must get rid of all fear. And I'm going to now just speak on a more detailed discussion that I wrote. The path to our enlightenment is one of trials, tribulations, and of fear. Fear that is not ours, but is manifested by the numberless clock that slowly ticks by, tick by tick. But it is not our clock that is ticking. It is the clock of the brute, the beast that ceases to sleep and only hopes that one day the never ending of the tick, tick will strike fear into your heart, releasing your soul for him to devour once again and offer it up to its underbelly friends who have never stepped forward into any courage other than the theft of souls for their own enjoyment. Never, we must say to this brute, will I surrender my soul to you. It is my treasure to keep, it is my treasure to bear and to protect at all cost. There is no enemy that will keep me from my retirement in this world, and there is nothing that will keep me from gathering all the courage I can in this world to continue on the struggle in the next for a greater purpose, than to allow myself to be bothered by a mindless, soulless brute who cannot see that there is not any numbers on that clock. We must fight together as a society to bring down the walls of this enemy, of this army that continuously seeks to devour the lives and souls of the righteous and those with courage to manifest destiny.